tell you something you won't believe. Friday, I get a call. Somebody calls me, he says, Rabbi Krohn, I hear you speaking about your brother, Matzah Shabbos in Lakewood. I said, yeah, right. He said, I tell you a great story about me and him, but you got to promise me you won't use my name. I said, of course, it's no problem. I'll do anything for a story. It's no problem. Of course, I trust the guy. Why not? I'm not going to embarrass him. He says, I want you to know, I come from a very, very frum family. I was a teenager. I was 18 years old already. I was just sitting in the yeshiva doing nothing. I spent half the day at home. My parents were going crazy. I just couldn't learn. I wasn't interested. I decided I'm enrolling in college. So I registered for college. And my parents, I thought they would die because they certainly didn't want me to go to college. But I went anyway. I went to orientation. And I looked around. And I saw the type of boys and girls that I would be sitting in class with. Now, it's not like I wasn't frum, but I wasn't learning anything. But how could I be with these? I can't. I just can't. So I came home, and I said to my parents, I want to try learning again. And my father looked at me like I was crazy. It's because I said to my father, it can't happen in America. I want to go to Eretz Yisrael. So my father said to me, this boy is telling me, I don't have the money to send you to Eretz Yisrael. I have to send you to Eretz Yisrael and then pay for whatever yeshiva, is going to accept you. I just don't have that kind of money. He said, yeah, but I'm telling you, I want to change. He said, that's fine, but I just don't have the money. He said, I'm going to go to Rabbi Krohn in Lakewood. So he comes to Rabbi Kalman, and Rabbi Kalman knew this family. I don't know if he knew him well, but he certainly knew of the family. And Rabbi Kalman sensed that this guy might be a parsha. So the fellow told me. He told me I should come 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, I thought he was crazy. What do you mean 2 o'clock in the morning? He said, no, because I guess Rabbi Kalman figured if you're serious, then you'll come at 2 o'clock. And that's when I came. And I said to him, look, I was in college for one night. I saw at orientation, I don't want to be there. I want to get out of here. He said, where do you want to go? He said, I don't know. Where could I go? You think they would take me in Mir? So my brother said to him, well, how are you going to get there? He said, well, that's what I'm here for. I need a ticket. And I need a chavrusa. So they spoke for about an hour. And Rabbi Kalman said, okay, I'll get you the ticket and I'll get you the chavrusa. But you can't let me down. So he said, okay. And the guy went. He went to Eretz Yisrael. And somehow, he told me like this, it's amazing. He went to Rav Nosson Tzvi. Rav Nosson Tzvi Nebuch already was sick. He was lying on a couch. And Rav Nosson Tzvi told him, he asked him to say it. He said something on Masechta Brachos, but Rav Nosson Tzvi saw right away that this is, that he needs special tipul. So Rav Nosson Tzvi said, I'll accept you on 2 conditions. One, you got to learn the blot. And he said that was so genius because he knew in a second that I can't learn Iyun. I'm not going to be on Shnai Mochsen for 2.5 weeks. I can't. But the blot inspired me like, wow, he has trust in me that I can do that blot. And he said the second thing Rav Nosson Tzvi told him was, anything you need in the yeshiva, any money, anything, only come to me. I'm the Rosh Yeshiva. Don't go to anybody else, only me. Fine. And he started learning with this chavrusa. Now, and was going yishmak. And he told me after 2 months, he slipped. And he did something that was inappropriate. I didn't ask him what. It's not my business. And he slipped. And he said he heard that Kalman found out about it. And he was so nervous that Kalman was going to call him. And because he invested, so much money, I'd given him some. And sure enough, Kalman called him. He picks up the phone. He says, Rabbi Krohn, he couldn't even get the words out of his mouth that I'm sorry. And my brother said to him, do you know how to become a millionaire? He said, I don't know what you mean, Rabbi Krohn. He said, no, how do you become a millionaire? Do you know anything about business? He said, no. He said, I'll tell you how to become a millionaire. You see, what you do is you buy a stock. This is how millionaires come. Rabbi Kalman told them, I know. They buy a stock. And they buy a stock that they trust in, that they feel is going to go. And they keep it. And then sometimes it goes down. But they're smart. They don't sell it. Because they know it's going to go back up. And so therefore, then eventually it goes back up and that's how they make their millions. He said, listen to me. I invested in you. And you're my stock. And you went down a little bit, but I'm not giving up. I expect you to come back, and you're going to be right on top, and I'm going to be the millionaire because I invested in you. And you know something? The guy was almost crying on Friday when he told me the call. He said, I was in mere 10 years after that. For 10 years. Today, the guy's a family man with heilige Kinder and a teurige Stub. Why? Because Rab Kalman picked the Chelbana. Now, I don't know if all of us can certainly take on the achrayas to buy a kid a ticket and pay his tuition and pay for the older chavrusa. But every one of us can say Shalom Aleichem to that kid who's got a haircut from Gehenna. And feel bad for him. Because you know something? I've learned from some of these kids, you know what they're doing when they wear that haircut and they come into a shul, a frum shul with the Nachman yarmulke? They're crying. Look at me. Care for me. I'm a Yid. I'm your brother. You think I want to be like this? Show me you care. And that's what Rab Kalman did. And that's what we're here for tonight. To learn that we also have to pick up the Chelbana. That you can't just look away from these kids. And sometimes it's very, very painful. And of course it's painful when it's your nephew. Or it's a kid down the block. Or it's somebody that you love, the family, and then they have a boy or a girl like that. But be that person that picks out the Chelbana. That's exactly what Rab Kalman